Hey everybody, Adam with Blue Ridge Overland Gear. Today we are going to be talking about our tire mount system and the different size bags that we have that will mount on your vehicle's spare tire outside of your vehicle. The first one we have is our small tire bag. The next one we've got is our XL tire bag, the largest one that we make. And we also have our MAXTRAX bag, which is meant to hold the traction boards called MAXTRAX. So we actually have two different size tire mount systems. Our first one goes from a 29-inch tire to a 33-inch tire, and our second system, the largest system, goes from a 34-inch tire to a 37-inch tire mounted on your vehicle. So what these systems come with is basically two tire straps. It also comes with a belly strap as well. And also you have two carabiners, that is to hang the bag, and you also have two grim locks as well. So that's everything that's going to be included in your tire mount kit. So the first thing that you're going to do is take your tire mount strap with the metal cam buckle, and you're going to go over the back side of the tire, and then you are simply going to go through the rim. If your rim has holes in it, that is the only way this tire mount system will work. So you go through the rim, pull all of your slack. Now it doesn't exactly matter very much how or where your wheel is clocked. As long as you have two holes pretty close to the top, these can be adjusted side to side pretty easily. So coming around to the back of the tire, you have your metal cam buckle and you have your excess strap here. The first thing you're going to do is locate the loop that is right next to your metal cam buckle, and you are going to insert your excess strap through that. Like so. And this tightens down on the tire a little bit later, so it's loose for now here. And then you're going to take your excess strap and go back through one of the bottom holes in the rim. So now that we're actually back to the front side of the tire, you can see the molly loops that are exposed on the outside of the tire. That is what you want. And now that you have your excess strap coming back through the bottom hole in the tire, we're now going to go underneath the tire again. So now that we're back on the back side of the tire again, you're going to take the excess tail of the strap and go into the back side of the cam buckle to where that comes out the front, and then you can cinch it down just a little bit. However, you do want to leave these straps on the tire a little bit loose, that way you can adjust the bag properly once you get it mounted up on the tire. Okay, now that you have your tire straps, both tire straps mounted on here, and you made sure to make the molly loops point towards the outside, what we're going to do now is install our hardware. So your bag should have been full of two carabiners and two grim locks. So what we're going to do is attach those to the molly loops here, and then that allows us to hang our bag. So first things first, we will clip a carabiner on at the top, two of them, one on each side. So now that you've got your two carabiners hooked into the top tire straps, what we're going to do now is hang the bag, and then we're going to go ahead and adjust these straps so the tire bag sits just perfect on the tire. So we will take our small bag, and as you can see on the bag, you have molly loops on here, and this is basically what you hook your carabiners into. So what we'll do is you want to make sure that the width of these is the same width between here. You just want to make sure that you get those pretty close. And what we'll do is we'll shore those up just a little bit to where they come a little bit closer in on the tire while still making them even. And then we will go ahead and hook our tire bag onto the carabiner. The really nice thing about being able to hook and unhook these things very easily is you can take the bag and empty the trash out of it very quickly, very easily. You can also take the bag and clean it as well. Instead of removing the entire strap system, you can simply just remove the bag, which is a really nice thing about our system. So once you adjust that a little bit and loosen up the straps and get it basically sitting on the tire exactly where you'd like it to be, the next thing that you want to do is take your plastic grim locks. These go on the bottom right here to attach the bottom of the bag, basically to keep it from flapping down the road. The plastic grim locks are not really meant to bear weight like the carabiners at the top are. So once these are installed, you can then bring the bag back down, simply clip these to the molly loops towards the bottom side of the bag, and then the bag is simply mounted on the tire. Now you have one last piece in the tire mount kit, and that is going to be your belly mount strap. And what that is basically a cam buckle on the end of a long strap, and you simply go all the way around the tire and the bag to mount this up. So the first thing you'll do is take your slacked end, go through the molly loops on the front side of the bag. You can come all the way around the tire just like this, and then simply cinch that down at the back of the tire. Now, this strap is not actually necessary. It's to mount the bag. You can simply use it with just the carabiners and the grimlocks. The point of this strap is if you have anything heavy in the bottom of the bag, it keeps things from bouncing up and down going down the road. So if you have a lot of heavy trash, beer bottles, whatever you may have in there. So the belly strap is not absolutely necessary to hang the bag, but it does give you a little bit of extra, peace of mind, so to speak. So once you have everything mounted properly, the only thing left to do is actually come back to the back side of the tire and make sure you tighten down the tire straps with the cam buckles. That way everything stays secured. And then you can, of course, tie a safety loop in there as well. So this is going to be our MAXTRAX bag. This holds it is meant to hold 2 of the original MAXTRAX. However, it will hold up to 4, but it's very, very tight to get them in and out of there. So as you'll see, this is mounted to the same exact tire mount system that we kind of just went through. 2 carabiners at the top, 2 buckles at the bottom, and it still does, of course, come with your belly strap as well that goes around the entire bag and tire system as a little bit of extra, basically, safety. So the main thing is, if your bag is a little bit crooked on the tire, the nice thing is you can adjust the straps in the back to kind of get that one way or the other. To where you can get it just right. It's a fairly easy system to adjust to where the bag just stays straight all the time. So this is going to be our XL tire bag, and it basically mounts the exact same way as our small tire bag as well as the MAXTRAX bag. The really cool thing about this bag is it's about 2.5 times larger than our small tire bag. This one has mesh pockets has one on the front and one on each side, so you can put plastic bags, little odds and ends in there. It also has zigzag paracord going down each side of the bag. And what that's used for is when the bag is empty and you don't have anything in there and it's just kind of flapping around, you can cinch that paracord down and it sucks all the slack out of the bag down close to the tire. That way, if the bag is empty, it's not flapping going down the road or anything like that. The nice thing about this bag is you can use it for either a ton of trash, clothes, firewood. I use my personal bag for firewood, and I can fit about 2 days worth of firewood into this bag. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is our tire bag stacking kit. And there are kind of some rules to this. You can't just keep on stacking bags. So we'll kind of go through that, the hardware that it takes to be able to do that. And what you need to be able to stack the bag is basically a stacking kit that comes with 2 carabiners and 2 grimlocks. So the next configuration we have is our MAXTRAX bag, which is mounted directly on the tire. And then we have our small tire bag, which is mounted to the front of the MAXTRAX bag. And essentially the way that works is the same tire mount system with carabiners and grimlocks at the bottom, and then the same stacking kit, 2 carabiners at the top and 2 grimlocks at the bottom. And then we are, of course, still using the belly strap around both bags. That way it, of course, reduces your vibration as you are driving down the road. So the one thing that we don't recommend is actually mounting the XL tire bag on the front of the MAXTRAX bag. Unfortunately, it's just not meant to hold the weight of the XL tire bag on the front of the MAXTRAX, so that is not something that we actually recommend. So lastly, we have our roof rack mount system for our MAXTRAX bag. That's right, you can mount this to your roof if you don't have a spare tire on the back of your vehicle. And the way these work is it comes with 2 straps with cam buckles on them. You simply undo those, run the strap basically through the loops on the front of the bag and then down and around the crossbars on your roof rack and cinch it down nice and tight, and that will keep the bag nice and secure to your roof rack. So that wraps up our tire mount system. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and you can find all these great bags at BlueRidgeOverlandGear.com.